I'm James Grimaldi, and I'm proud to be a 2025 recipient of the Distinguished Alumni Award. I was born in Kansas City, Missouri, a native Missourian. And so it was natural for me being interested in journalism and with three brothers with journalism degrees, including one from the University of Missouri, to want to go to Mizzou. Because of my connections at the University of Missouri, I was lucky and privileged and blessed to have several job offers. And my first job was at the San Diego Tribune in San Diego, California. And I landed there being hired by the city editor, who also was a graduate of the University of Missouri. And I was recruited to work for the Orange County Register, just one county north. I'd always been interested in coming to Washington, D.C. So the Orange County Register offered me a position as the bureau chief in Washington, D.C., which is how I landed it here in the nation's capital. From there, after 3 years, I went to be in the Washington Bureau of the Seattle Times, where I covered big stories, including the Microsoft antitrust trial. My coverage there actually landed me a job at the Washington Post, and I can tell you there were Mizzou connections that helped with that as well. I worked for the Washington Post for 11 years before moving on to the Wall Street Journal, where I worked for 12 years. Just about a year ago, I was recruited to be the executive editor of a Kansas City, Missouri-based nonprofit news organization, the National Catholic Reporter. When I was at the Washington Post, I was one of three people on a team that investigated the bribery scandal involving lobbyist Jack Abramoff. Resulted in a number of reforms involving ethics that were very powerful, I think, in reforming many of the problems in Washington, D.C. that we still talk about even today. That won the 2006 Pulitzer Prize. When I moved on to the Wall Street Journal, I had, again, the privilege to work on a team that investigated federal employees and their investments. And we found that many federal regulators were investing in companies that they regulated, and that won a Pulitzer Prize also for investigative reporting. Missouri continues to give to me back more than I ever gave to the University of Missouri. It's that those connections, the grounding in ethics and journalism, the standards that I sort of use still to this day, and those connections in the Missouri Mafia, frankly, have really helped keep my career rolling in a way that I think would be unparalleled anyplace else. Well, I really feel honored and privileged to be able to receive this award, but I give all the credit, frankly, to the journalism school and to the University of Missouri for having built my career. So as much as I am grateful for the award, I feel like I really should be giving the award back to Mizzou.
You were great, James.
VOU!